วัสดีค่ะ Welcome back. Good afternoon. This is Ajima Roy Seaball from Impact Exhibition Management Company Limited, the organizer of the coming Building Construction Technology Expo 2022, Southeast Asia Exhibition and Conference platform, focused on the building and construction industry, organized under the theme towards digitalization of the building and construction industry. Are you ready? This event will help drive the digital acceleration changes in every aspect of architectural design, building and construction through the application of digital technologies. It will take place from next Wednesday to Friday from 21st to 23rd September at Impact Exhibition and Convention Center. Today, it is our great honor to have the India BIM Association, Hong Kong chapter of Building Smart Singapore chapter, Vietnam Association of Construction Economics, Taiwan BIM Alliance, and Thai BIM Association here to host the second edition of Asia BIM Collaboration online seminar under the topic of Asia BIM Vision and Roadmap. So right now we are on the Zoom application. Please note that your audio and video functions will be closed during the webinar. Any questions you have may be sent to info@bct@construction.com, and our staff will kindly pass them on to your address speakers. As of now, you can see that the email will show up on the screen. Before the session begins, I would like to brief you with the agenda for today would be separated into 3 sessions. Start with 2:35 to 2:40 highlights from Asia BIM Collaboration 2021 from previous edition, BIM adoption in Asia, followed by 2:40 to 3:10 Asia BIM Collaboration MOU ceremony and insight from ABC indicators. And the last session would start from 3:15 to 3:55 ABC Vision and Roadmap. So now, are you all ready? Let's begin the session.
Okay. All right. So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Asia's BIM collaboration ceremony. So we'll really appreciate and it's quite delightful today to actually have all 6 associations doing a ceremony today. So we'd like to giving a quick introductions, and everyone would know more how about the visions from all the presidents is coming soon. So we'd like to introduce really quick Dr. Amarnath, the president of India BIM Association, and of course we'll next welcome FUNG, the president of Hong Kong chapters of Building Smart, and also next would be William, our recently immediate past president as the Building Smart Singapore chapter, Professor Patrick, the president of Taiwan BIM Alliance, and of course Dr. Tran will be the president of Vietnam Associations of Construction Economy. Last but not least would be the president Sant, president from Thai BIM Association, and welcome the executive committees, Banta, executive committee from Vietnam Associations of Construction Economy. Of course, is myself, Dr. Sant Rangkun. So executive committees of Thai BIM Associations will be facilitating and help out moderating today. Appreciating for everyone again. So our missions today will divide to major 2 sessions. So we will go through our visionary from our presidents. We'll talk it into our what is ABZ and come across into our roadmap, etc. So really quick, you allow myself to provide a brief information for everyone. What's the initiative from ABZ? So the ABZ stands for Asia BIM Collaboration. Our activities recently from the past years, back in 2021, we're having such amazing activity, and we start to working based upon our alliance, from 6 different countries, We contribute our short knowledge challenge, what would be the digitalizations, digital transformations, and BIM adoptions across different 6 countries, and some great perspective from Asia and Southeast Asia as well. So our great product from the past years, that would be, some white paper from BIM adoption from the past 2021. So that will be giving you really amazing insight what would be a great movement for the past years. The coming years, as well, of course, that we're looking forward to see what would be a big shift. And that will be sometimes during these years, that will be launching out for the next activity. Okay. And of course, we would like to demonstrate a quick highlight, the video, review from the past years, what we actually has been done accomplishment. And nevertheless, we'll thank you, Impact Arena, will thank you, Building Constructions Technologies, to actually host even from the past year up into today's ceremony as well. Really appreciate for all of us.
Right. Asia BIM collaboration, I like this term, right? ABC. But I think this is one of, as I shared with the rest of the speakers, this is a very interesting meeting, and perhaps this could be a start of something that we can really help each other. How can we help? Probably we can, first of all, at various stages of the project cycle in various countries, we can identify the gaps and challenges, then establish objective, how to overcome them. And perhaps through sharing and working with one another, right, we can adopt a win-win situation or strategies to overcome this. This is a very motherhood statement, but I guess when we we need to really go on to basics and find how can we overcome all this.
Yeah, the overall agenda of ABC is very interesting because it's about call for the Asian BIM forums and the communities to come together to understand what are the kind of synergies, what are the kind of loopholes, what are the kind of supports each other can provide. So Asia BIM collaboration between countries like what we have today is like India, Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan, Thailand, Vietnam, and a few other regions may join in the coming sessions probably, and will help each of these regions to support each other in digital transformation journey, because there is a lot of things to learn from different countries. And it's always a synergy that can be created. And this initiative will work as a collective voice towards Asia BIM community in driving the change towards especially the policies, education, and maturing the BIM market or digitalization.
Because BIM implementation involves much more than technology adoption, there are still many challenges ahead to be fully addressed, including business process re-engineering with improved regulations, cultivation of new talents, customization of tools, standardization and automation for efficiency and quality improvement, etc. And it has been obvious that smart city development will be leading advancement of BIM development in the year to come. Also, it has been well recognized that major construction investment of the world in the next decade will be in Asia. Therefore, I think there should be a lot of opportunities for Asia BIM collaboration.
I think the BIM adoption in Asia is a very good topic here. We have some kind of collaboration in the past, like big companies, they have different offices in different countries, we work together, or even for individual projects, we involve individual people, like the Star Performance Art Center. I did the BIM model, I did the facade panelization. So we have this experience already. And I think we can share more about this experience so we can upgrade ourselves quicker than just we work on ourselves.
Other country. So we think that it is very important for public sector, but also private sector to collaborate and then sharing lesson learned so we can improve the use of BIM in projects.
We are looking for something like what's been William has been named as ABC. I think it's good words, and looking for future is that we would actually enhance exchange knowledge for sure. this is fundamental. But what we actually can do, we actually can help and visualize or forecast our future Asia maturity, and that would be the whole guideline or somehow, you know, moving forward in this kind of industry.
Okay, so really quick then, 6 organizations from India BIM associations, from Hong Kong Building Smart, and of course this is Singapore's Building Smart as well, Taiwan's BIM Alliance, Thai BIM associations, and of course that will be Vietnam Associations of Construction Economy. So this, we are likely to define and establish the group of collaboration. So our objective, we want to discuss further in detail, but our missions and the tasks to do, we would like to enhance a lot of coordinations, collaborations throughout the whole Asia. 6 different associations would be our beginning. Yet again, for the near future, that will be expand to any different associations across different countries. That will be really welcome. So at least we start forming a group to take the first steps. And our proposed, you know, that will be benefit for all throughout Empower Asia. And we're looking forward to see the new futures of digital delivery, you know, digital transformations across the whole segment of industry. So this is our initiative of, you know, 6 different associations. Now, that would be my pleasure to welcome our presidents. And we all would receiving, you know, all the president from 6 different associations on visionary, and we'll see opportunity, expectations, what would actually happen once we establish Asia BIM collaboration. So I would like to invite all presidents, and I would helping them moderating, you know, moving forward to every single presentations then. So will you allow me to welcome the first president?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sampavat, for the introduction, and also for the organizers of BCT and Impact. It's a good collaboration to go with an Asia BIM forums coming together to support in the digital transformation journey in these regions. The main thing here, this forum represents, supports, and advocates on behalf of Asia's BIM community to build a positive business environment towards the digitalization and in-built environment. The key things here is like, today, some of the countries have their own standards in place, and some of them have a good mandates in place and experiences. Some countries are good at delivering the services. You know, bringing together these capabilities and form the synergy between these nations will really help in activating in a better digitalization in the Asian market. And also in terms of education on the BIM and digitalization side. And to most important one is about, since each of these countries have the capabilities on different lines, like Singapore have its own standards and mandates, and many other countries have their own national guidelines, you know, bringing these together and having one kind of national codes to work on. And then coming into the skill building, some of the nations have their own trainings programs, which is already there. We are going to bring them together and help for the building that ecosystem in the Asian market. And also on the services and synergies side, where we can come together to deliver support for each of these nations and building the team on these lines. And coming years, we'll have more of the members coming from different other regions, like China or Morocco, Malaysia, Israel, and Korea, Korea, and also for Nepal, UAE, and many other countries, so that we would welcome all the nations to come together, especially from the Asian market, and join hands and create a common way of working together, so that we can work together on delivering the products in a standardized manner. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Amarnath. Thank you, President. But next, would hands over to President Ada.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sampavat, and good afternoon, our distinguished presidents and our audience online. Actually, for Hong Kong to show our logo, we should have shown 2 instead of 1. We are the Hong Kong Alliance of Built Asset Environment Information Management Associations, and we are the Hong Kong chapter of Building Smart International. So we should have 2 logos instead of 1. And we have a story to tell. I am the president of the Building Smart Hong Kong chapter, as well as the president of the Hong Kong BIM, as we call it. I'm also the chairperson of Hong Kong Construction Industry Council's Committee on BIM. And it was, in fact, when I was chairing Committee on BIM for CIC, that we wanted to join the Building Smart International. But we found that as a statutory body, they can't. So I have to set up an alliance. And therefore, the birth of this alliance, as well as the Hong Kong chapter, was on 2019. The alliance was born in August, and then we applied to Building Smart to form the chapter in October. So this is our short history. So our aspiration, not only for Hong Kong, but also for Asia and for the global industry, is that we should join hands across Asian economies and enable benefits from digital transformation in the built asset industry. And we promote Building Smart's global open digital standards for adoption, because this global one, it may not be perfect, but we have to customize it for our own local needs in certain areas. And we develop operational processes and workflows, interoperability and integration. And we should find a chance to provide platforms for experience sharing and training across these economies. For instance, we in Hong Kong have been running our virtual training classrooms since April 2020. And we have been running that since then, free of charge. And perhaps we can make it open to all the economies to attend as well. So this is just a thought. So we hope with this, we can grow together and excel, not only in BIM, but I have a high aspiration. We aim to build a better world with digital transformation, and we should achieve carbon neutrality, having regard to climate action. And we need trusted data for data sustainability. And we wish to achieve United Nations Sustainable Development Goals through smart city development and smart digital transformation. Thank you.
Well, thank you, President Nada. May I invite President William?
Yes, good afternoon to, first of all the presidents here, as well as the audience. Thank you for attending this. I think it's really a great opportunity, and I'm really delighted to be part of this, whereby like-minded professionals dealing with digital delivery can come together, have some alignment, and with the main mandate to get benefits out of this and able to take this back and to help out our respective economies. What Architect Ida have mentioned is truly remarkable. That is our aim, actually. We find that in this digital delivery, we can actually learn more and faster by sharing. That's why I guess that's the main principle or main aim to form this alliance. We hope this alliance will grow and move on to better, so that more can join and more can benefit from it. Yes, we understand that this will have a cross-boundary, both geographical as well as political. We can recognize there may be differences, right, in our various economies. Well, we can allow for that as well. But I'm quite sure, as in construction, there are many commonalities that we can take advantage of and learn, and as well as we can learn from each other, as well as can impart some of the experience that we have, right? So hopefully by doing that, we can grow faster and move ahead on this digital transformation, which is the buzzword. And yes, you're right, Ida, we need to move ahead because there are some urgency behind this, right? In terms of how to resolve the problem of the global warming, right? Sustainability, and we have to help ourselves, right? In order to help the world as well. So I guess this is a good opportunity, and hopefully this will grow into something that will be beneficial for not only for our own economies, but for surrounding countries in Asia. So with that, I pass on back to Dr. Sapawat.
Well, thank you, President William. Yeah, we'll hand over to President Patrick.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a great honor that we can join this ceremony. And my name is Shang-Hsien Patrick Hsieh. I'm currently a professor in the Department of Civil Engineering at the National Taiwan University. I'm also serving as the president of Taiwan BIM Alliance. Maybe just a brief history about the BIM development in Taiwan. It's about around 2009, we started to establish a research center at NTU called BIM Research Center to promote BIM. And since then, we have seen quite a good progress in the BIM development in Taiwan. And in 2015, we established Taiwan BIM Alliance with currently more than 90 members from the industry, from the government body, also from the academia partners. And we try to share our experiences and best practice, and also we try to introduce new technologies, integrating with the application of BIM, try to advance the construction industry to increase the productivity of the construction industry and the competitiveness of the industry. And so we are very happy to become one of the co-founders of the Asian BIM Collaboration. We expect that the Asian BIM Collaboration to be a great platform for sharing of experiences and best practice, and also collaborations on education and promotion activities toward BIM-enabled digital delivery transformation in the AEC industry among Asian countries. We are very happy to share what we have experienced and developed in Taiwan, and also we are eager to learn other partners in Asia's experiences and best practice. So I really look forward to our future collaboration in Asia BIM Collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Patrick. Next would be Dr. Sant from Thailand.
Good afternoon, President, Vice President, Representative, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here for our Asian BIM collaboration ceremony. Foremost, I would like to commend the effort and good works of all participants from the organization of the 6th country towards the progress of the Memorandum of Understanding Asian BIM Collaboration. This collaboration will create impact and contribute immensely to the development of BIM working process across the countries. This is a great opportunity for Thai construction industry to enhance BIM practice and improve our built environment politics. By sharing knowledge and experience between organizations, this will create more understanding and further development of BIM practice, which are also objectives of the Thai BIM Association. Since the establishment of Thai BIM Association 3 years ago, there has been a lot of exchange knowledge and programs that strengthen our professionalism through education, training, and resources. Such activities progress BIM awareness among various professions and stakeholders in our AEC industry, and consequently improve our BIM practice. However, it is still room for development in many aspects. Lessons learned from other countries will help our organization as well as the AEC industry. By working together, the effort may also lead to a great standard of practice for working collaboratively among Asian countries. Of course, There are many challenges ahead, but I believe that with the strong support of everyone here and our organization, we represent the objective of the memorandum of understanding that we agree upon will be achieved. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sun from Thai BIM Association. Now, would like to go to the last. Like to invite President from Association of Constructions Economy.
Good afternoon to all of you. My name is Linh Ta from Vietnam Association of Construction Economic. First of all, on behalf of Dr. Chansomsak, President of Vietnam Association of Construction Economic, I would like to welcome all of you the ceremony of Asia BIM collaboration. It is indeed an important platform to share knowledge and experience in implementing BIM in each country. BIM and digital technologies are becoming more and more popular around the world. Many countries have adopted BIM to improve productivity, quality, and competing capability in construction industry. BIM is an important solution to approach the fourth industry revolution. In Vietnam, from our experience with the national program on application of BIM in construction activity from 2016 to 2021, BIM implementation in the process of design, construction, and operation have brought obvious benefit and effect. The process of exchanging information is more convenient thanks to the common digital working environment. The application of BIM is an important condition that determines the success of digital transformation of the construction industry. Many large-scale and complex public projects in Vietnam have applied BIM with effective results. Large-scale civil, industrial, and traffic works such as office, hospital, factory, solar. In the private sector, many investors have actively approached and applied BIM in the process of managing construction projects and have confirmed the advantages of BIM. Projects applying BIM are effective in terms of cost, schedule, and quality. In terms of legal framework, the mechanism to encourage the application of BIM has been regulated by the government in the decree of project management. A number of regulation and guidelines on mechanism, application condition, standard, and training in BIM capacity have been issued by the Ministry of Construction. However, because the current Vietnam legal framework aims at encouraging the application of BIM, many project owners still facing difficulties and confusion in deciding to apply BIM. On the other hand, consultants face difficulty in convincing to apply BIM in the projects. The requirement for building digital government, digital transformation in the construction industry set requirement for the construction industry to have solution to accelerate the process of building e-government and digital transformation of the construction industry, in which BIM implementation is very important. And learning from other countries today, such as Hong Kong, Taiwan, and so on, will help Vietnam to shape our BIM mandate roadmap. I hope that the ceremony today will enable BIM collaboration between our country and share helpful experience in boosting BIM implementation in the region. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you all distinguished presidents and executive committees. And now it's our great president has been speaking out for all visionary expectations and opportunity on behalf of collaboration as well. So now would be a good moment to celebrating, to enjoying our first step of our Empower Asia. So on behalf of the ABC Group, would like to contribute now our recording and signatures for all 6 associations presidents. This will be a first time across Asia now, we are setting up a group collaborations. So thank you for all presidents, and would be this moment to be a witness for everyone. I would like to having a good ceremony photo for everyone. So I would like to invite all presidents and executive committees would join our photo ceremony. Anyway, thank you for all ceremony. This group photo that now we are officially establishing our Asia BIM collaboration group. Now we get into the second sessions to describe and elaborate more what we are, who we are, and where we would like to move forward for. So our presidents and also executive committees would like to, giving a part on the member initiative group, and the member would like to help and supporting out elaborate this presentation as well. So we'd like to start our manifest. So our establishment as a goal, all the presidents and the committee has been addressing our expectations for throughout the whole Asia. So we'd like to enhance our digital delivery transformations for all the built environment. So it's not only building, infrastructure, transport, all kind of built environments is relevant to environmental constructions and design throughout the whole Asia countries. With this, our methodology to promote the collaborations and enhance the information exchange with this purpose for all Asia's benefit, in order to empower this, that would leading to our mutual benefit. And according to, and also the promoting the growth and development for all digital ecosystem wise. This is our first initiative steps throughout the Asia. Well, thank you for all associations to actually put effort and contribution. Well, next, would like to invite William, who's giving elaborations, explanations about what would be the significance component after we start this as this collaboration group. William, give it to you.
Thank you, Dr. Sampawat. Yes, it's interestingly enough, as the various associations get together, we realize that while there are differences in the way we so-called deploy or adopt some of this digital delivery in our various countries, but there are also some common aspect of which we came to agree, and you can see right in front of you that the diagram over there. Right, these are, we feel that these are the key components, and we agree that these should be the key components that we should look into and adopt, and if we can so-called capitalize on them and optimize the deployment as well as upgrading of such key component, we will definitely get some advantage and able to enhance in terms of productivity in our respective economies. I just give a quick so-called overview of these components, right? This will be highlighted in fact later on, and in fact as we adopt this, right, you will see these key components being developed and enhanced on the way, right? That is our aim. Okay, first of all, touch on the skills set. As we know, in the various project team, right, we require personnel with the so-called high level of competency. Now we're dealing with not just a simple software, that we may be dealing with more than one software, right? And in order to deliver in a project, right, in a digital project. So skill sets and competency is one of the important elements. So hopefully we hope that we can develop this so that we're able to upskill relevant people as well as get them up to the standard that is required for them, right, in order to perform their tasks. The other component is one is the standard operation processes. Now, as you're aware, the construction activity is very complicated, right? There are so many stages, right, from design all the way down to project completion and delivery. So in each of these processes, there are many players involved. And more often than not, there are processes, right, that will so-called that may delay the project if you don't do it properly, or they may able to help you to deliver a project faster and on time and within the right cost. So we will seek to endeavor to look into this and try to promote best practices, right, hopefully, and share this right across all the economy so that we're able to learn from one another and able to apply them effectively. That's our aim. Now, systems. Again, we know that there's so many players, and at every stage you may use different types of softwares. Now, how can this software or the data will have to be deployed from one stage to another stage and reuse again in many other stages as well? How can this data or be passed on effectively? So we're talking about interoperability issues, which is not new, because ever since we go into some form of digitalization, right? Data interoperability has been always the issue, and we're trying to find ways to resolve this. So what we came up with, or rather the so-called in the market, we've called this open BIM standards. Now, how can we deploy this again? How can this be effectively managed and shared with the other so-called our current sixth economy, and hopefully we can able to expand this to other countries as well. Yeah. Underlying or pinning all these three components, we feel that the standards is also very important. Now, you just imagine, right? We have different economies. We're doing things slightly different from one another. What if, right, all the various countries are able to come up with a so-called a common standard of doing things? Yes, there may be some difference in some minor ways, but generically, we have a so-called optimized, quite a standard system. Especially now we're doing projects overseas, right? We have cross-border projects and all that. And with the technology, right? There's no stopping a person doing work, all right, across using the internet facilities. So just imagine if we are able to write on a common work processes, a common standard of doing things. Just imagine the amount of efficiency that you can get from this and productivity you can get from this. So this is our wish list, right? We can hope that this can be developed as far as ABC is concerned. So all these are the key components. I think you'll hear more about this later on. Okay, back to you, Dr. Sampawat.
Yeah, well, thank you, William. This were our key in order to move forward in Asia, and this is our initiative for major component moving forward for. And also is that during the workshop, we have been discussions throughout a few months, and in order to get a target and some certain actions, and in each different key component. So here's where we like to move things forward. So yet again, we'd like to invite William and our key council members to help in and elaborate our action target. Then back to you, William.
Okay. Yes, I mentioned just now, competencies and skill sets are very important, especially when we're dealing with so many types of softwares. Not only that, in the various stages. Now, as you're aware, in the construction, there are three primary disciplines: the architecture, structure, and the MEPs, right? The mechanical and electrical services. Each of them there'll be competencies to deal with each of these disciplines. And in fact, you can upskill to what is known as the BIM coordinator, who will be able to actually look at other disciplines as well. Now, you can't learn this overnight, right? This takes time and also experience. And in fact, on-job training experience, as you go through the projects, right, you will find certain things from a textbook. You can find certain solutions out there. So all this will take time. And how can we so-called pass these skills to as many people as possible, right? Of course, we're thinking of like what Dr. Amarnath has mentioned, or even Architect Ada have mentioned, right? We can do an online training, right? That's one of the ways. But at the same time, we can also do some form of accreditation recognition. I know Hong Kong have got this series of accreditation Singapore also started to recognize a digital delivery management track, right, whereby we recognize people with a certain competency, how can they move up the so-called the various tiers, right, so that when they acquire more skills, they will be accorded a higher tier of proficiency. This is also good in the sense that when employer employ a certain person, all right, of a certain tier or certain grade, he's assured that because of this accreditation, he's assured that the person he employed will possess the skill set or competencies required for the person to deliver, right, the so-called digital delivery deliverable, right, in the project. So this, in a way, will also help the so-called economies or the industry. So hopefully we can come up with some form of a common accreditation scheme, or maybe we can do a cross-recognition. That means what is recognized in Hong Kong could also recognize in Singapore or in India or vice versa. So again, this will encourage cross-border work, right? So that I'm quite sure with this put in place, right? I'm quite sure all the economies will gain advantage and progress from here. So this is one of the things I feel that we can help to move on, and there'll be more others, right? The other speakers will touch on this earlier. Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you, William. So I think that would be really great opportunity for across Asia. We actually can share, you know, courses and good foundations and certifications, so to ensure that we are able to, you know, work and move forward, or even exercise and practice all the way across different countries. So on standard operations and process, this one would be the key highlight as well. Dr. Amarnath, please share ideas of what would be the great action plan in coming futures.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sam. I do agree that among these 4 components, SOPs, that is nothing but standard operation procedures, are very important. And this, we need to have as one of the goal and objective as part of ABC to promote the best practices and work processes in the project lifecycle. Try to understand from each of these nations what are the kind of best practices we have, and try to bring the ones which are workable for each of these nations. And then when it comes to development of these practice guidelines with respect to roles of each of these stakeholders in the projects, to start with, the client EIR templates, having the proper prerequisite set on what should be the expectations from the clients and how the deliverable should be sorted out. And then comes the BIM execution plan, having the contractual agreement signed by all the parties together and having a template that. And then coming into the model information development plan or model production delivery table and many other components like soft landing delivery table and responsibility matrix. It's very much important to standardize these kind of templates for the implementation of projects. Imagine there is a project to be delivered in India. The client is in India and the architect is from Singapore, and you are following the 19650. And probably you have the construction team and the different teams for project delivered from different regions of Asia. So obviously you need to have one common standard set of templates to be utilized for each of these stakeholders. So obviously it will be more of a multinational projects, and where you will have the stakeholders coming from different nations. So in that case, having a common SOPs for the Asian market through the ABC will be really beneficial as per my understanding. So some efforts can be laid on these areas to develop the standard templates for implementation. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Amarnath. So that would be great. That would be envisions to go. And if we actually are able to contribute a certain common guidelines that actually could be applied to all Asians, that would be amazing, because that's the fact that we are, by professions, we are collaborating. So when the next, the third component will be ones really significant, important as well. And we understand this in order to get into digitizations and tools to come across in different platform and system rounds, how we going to enhance the collaborations. So we'd like to invite Francis to share his thought and move forward to the action plan. Francis, please.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Stefan. For the system, we know we have spent most of our time in BIM in terms of the technology to store our information. And now the technologies are more mature and we have more and more different software or hardware to specifically work on our projects. So we need to move on to the next step, that is the information exchange. And we cannot just store our information without letting other people use it. But in order to let other people use it, the way of the interoperability is more important. And we know different countries have their own way to tackle this challenge. And we need to share this experience. So the tools developed may be useful for other countries, or in some case, you may even help to inspire other countries to develop their own systems. And then we can work together in same projects. Like William said, we have more and more opportunities to work in overseas projects. Just like the case in Hong Kong now, we are having projects, but we are lack of the manpower to work on BIM and information. So if we have these common solutions, we can get support from other countries. And we may even apply those solutions from other countries to streamline our process. Then we may solve the problem of the shortage of workforce. So all this, we need to come together to share the experience of what the challenges we are facing, and also what solution we have developed for our own countries. Then we can better share this experience and develop better solutions and tools for our future use. That is quite imminent, I think, and we need to have this quick. I know different countries have their own experience already, like in Singapore, they have better experience in the e-submissions. Then if we can take some opportunity to learn from every one of you, that will be great for our digitalization development. So that is what I want to say.
Well, thank you, Francis. That would be amazing. So we couldn't run away on the ideas of open BIM with this kind of passions and, you know, or network collaboration. So you will find the right, hopefully you'll find the right case studies and will be samples for all implementations for this practice then. Moving to the last but not least, in part of standardized adoption. So this will be one key component as well. And if we actually have a good guidelines and benefit to all different issues, at least we have a flag that this would be the key to move forward for. So we'd like to invite Professor Patrick to kind of elaborating this objective and perhaps will be action and goal for this key component. So hand over to you, Patrick.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sampawa. I think from the previous slide, you can see that standards at the center of the triangle. So this is a common ground for us to build together everything on top of that. And also it serves as a common language for us to communicate and collaborate. We are very happy that in recent years, we have seen the ISO BIM standards already established, although it's still under development in some new, there are some new coming parts. But I think so. Our action plan, I think the key thing is to promote the ISO standards, and not just for the BIM standard, but also related standards, especially those related to the circular economy and net zero carbon emission type of the future. So using ISO standards as a base standard I think we can promote better management information in the digital project. Also, as I know, among our partners, we are also looking at the national annex for the ISO BIM standards. And it also, I think we can share our experiences, and we can collaborate also on this. And with the ISO standards as a base, and then we share among each other about our to be developed national annex. And then that's also a good way for us to see the differences of the practice in different regions. So that can also enrich our discussions and also help us to share the best practice, or try to come up with some among all the best practices, to try to come up with some common best practice in Asia. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Patrick. Well, thank you all. This would be our target, and you know, a big pictures of the actions we would like to, you know, setting out the goals and accomplishments in this coming future. So this, I believe, is our key components. While objective toward the action plan would lift up or pin a major dot over to Asia as well. So with all this, we need to setting up the whole structures of group, you know, to setting up a workforce development, you know, to move things forward for. And thank you for initiative associations to contribute this, you know. So with this would be a part initiative of management structures. So what we actually have a BIM collaborations or ABC council. So as a setting up by all the presidents across different associations, start from the 6 different associations, and perhaps in coming years or even this year would start to expand. And we set up this kind of councils in order to setting up a goal, objective or milestone to ensure that we're moving into right forward. And also the council's representative. Now we also, every single association is now looking forward for the right council members or representative in each different countries to become a workforce, to become a good moving forward driven force members. So based upon 4 major components, so we're looking for the right person across digital ecosystems or design constructions ecosystem, especially the whole from investment into actions as even operator, to help us go through, you know, significant for all 4 components. And then later it could be the membership across different Asias. So that would be the whole benefit that would contribute. And of course, with this part of alignments, a membership that would be for everyone, for all different segments of industry. So this would be the way that we start moving forward and form our structural component for. Well, next would be our initiative roadmap. So as we has been as a beginning start from since past years, and now official signed agreements, the MOU has been signed since March 2022. Today is really official date to giving you a public view, to make it announcement that we are, as an ABC group, we are officially announced and talking to all the audience, and now we exist. So MOU has been signed, we're establishing goal and setting up the key major components. So now is the coming month in October up into November, is that we would like to setting up a part of council's representative and workforce, work group of the people across different 4 components. So now we gathering and find the right person. So they leave the judgment to all associations locally, each different country and segments, to find the right persons to join and contribute to this international level of Asia's collaborations though. And it's coming into the end of these years, we're going to start to setting up the whole infrastructures. For etc. will be a web presence, the content engines, communications and media, to ensure that all audience, you all, would receiving the good information from us. And later is then after we actually establish the workforce teams, we're going to setting up more clear and defines detailed action plans will come across, and would like to contribute that to you by the early of next years. And please be kind and look, keep following us, our informations, well, some exciting content activities, and in the future, product would come across very soon. So this would be initiative roadmap for about from 2022 all the way to 23, and more will coming over. Please keep following up our information. I would like to end with last. We would like to know more about ABC BIM, Asia BIM Collaborations Group. Here, that would be our QR code. Here that would be the link to the page. As for now, for the preparations to setting up all content engine, we would like to thank you again, Building Construction Technologies, BCTs and Impact Group, that would contributing in order to host the information, in order to host the central informations for our ABC group. So here, keep posted, and well, really welcome to all audience to know more about us. All right, so I would really appreciate. So now we come across to the end, and would like to thank you all presidents participating today, and we have a lot of great works come afterwards. So on behalf of Asia's BIM Collaboration Group, or ABC Group, would like to thank President Amarnath.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Amarnath, for joining us. And I would like to thank you, President Ada.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for your great speech, and of course, Executive, the Vice President, actually, Francis. Well, thank you so much. Then would like to thank you, the President William.
Hi, thank you.
Well, for a great speech and all visionary and graphic, we're actually contributing a lot on behalf of ABC. And next, would like to thank you, Professor Patrick.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Professor Patrick. All right. So next, we would like to thank you, President Sant, Dr. Sant.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for contribution. And last but not least, of course, unfortunate Dr. Miles couldn't attend from Vietnam Association. So today is on his behalf. We have Mr. Bun, Executive Committees from Vietnam Association's Constructions Economy. Thank you so much for contributing today.
Thank you, Dr. Sang.
Thank you. And thank you all presidents and executive committees. Thank you for all audience participating today. And please looking forward for our future Empower Asia. Thank you then.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Wow, it's me back again. Thank you to all distinguished speakers and the powerful speeches. I do hope that all of you here got what you expected from our speakers. Any questions you have relating to our speakers' content, please feel free to send them to this email you can see here now on the screen, and we will help to proceed them further to the speakers. Thank you again very much for joining today's webinar and being one of the witnesses of our ABC's MOU ceremony. We look forward to seeing more progress next year. Last but not least, get to know the latest technology, trends, solutions, innovations, best practices, methods, and disruptions impacting your industry and markets at BCT Expo 2022. It will take place from 21st to 23rd September at Hall 8 Impact Exhibition and Convention Center from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Don't forget to register your free pass by scanning the QR code here on the screen. Follow us on all social media platforms. Please follow us. See you in face-to-face setting in 1 week's time. Hope to see you all there. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณค่ะ